Welcome to your Slightly Average podcast, you beautiful people. We are your Slightly Average guys, featuring Ryan Cole, Andy Nassif, and Ryan Teeter. Here at Slightly Average Guys, what do? We do your slightly average things. Slightly average gaming, slightly average podcast that you're listening to right now, slightly average conversations, and all around slightly average. Thanks for joining, guys and girls.
Man, it's been an epic week. You know, we've gotten a lot of things done. Posted a few episodes of Slightly Average Guys for all of our listeners and all of us new, all of you new people. Appreciate you listening to. But we'll continue to post them.
Thank you.
It's going to be some good stuff. Let's kick things off. Andy, you know,
yes,
we were talking a little bit. Ryan was texting back and forth, and we kind of realized that we really didn't introduce ourselves to our audience. So we're going to start with you. What? Tell us a little bit about you. You know, do you like long walks on the beach?
Who are you?
You know,
what do you do?
How often do you shave? You know, is it acceptable to wear glasses while you're taking a poop? You know, let's go into the
horseback riding.
Yeah, let's go into the deep stuff.
That's a lot.
Be you, bro.
I think, I think the best way to sum that up is if somebody were to ask me, you know, the same question and say, and my answer is simple. I know what you're thinking. The answer is yes. I do have a nickname for my penis. It's called the Octagon. I've also named my testes. The left one's James Westfall, and the right one's Dr. Kenneth Noisewater. You ladies play your cards right, you might meet the whole gang.
What? Follow-up question. The fuck is the Octagon?
Exactly. That's what happens when you drink a lot of scotch for the day. I mean, I'm not saying I drank all day, but I've had a few.
That's great. That's great. So is that your favorite drink in scotch?
It's one of. I'm a big fan of gin. I recently got into that. But yes, scotch and whiskey.
So that's actually, I just got a quick story. This is real quick. I was in high school and I worked for a lumber distributor. I guess this is a little background about myself. You know, Ryan Teeter. Slight background about myself. Even though this isn't my pitch. This isn't my thing about myself. High school, working for a lumber distributor, all I'm doing every day is just delivering drywall, is essentially what I'm doing, helping customers load, you know, wood, lumber, plywood, tools, screws, all in their stuff to build homes, right? Additions, full homes, Amish people, all that good stuff. So my boss at that time was like, "Oh, Ryan, you got to drink this scotch, man. That's what all the men drink." And I'm in high school, right? Like, oh, this guy's got it together. I gotta get my hands on some scotch. Where the hell do I get some scotch at? For like a month and a half to 2 months, I was all about scotch. Mom, Dad, you guys have any scotch? And my parents really aren't like drinkers. They don't drink hard liquor. It's like a couple beers a night, and then it's, you know, maybe like some margaritas. Okay, margaritas is definitely in there too. Mom, Dad, come on, I gotta try some scotch. I love that stuff. Ryan, have you ever tried it? No. Long story short, I'm not living in Phoenix by now, but we go there for Christmas. I think it was Christmas. We're at Ryan's parents' house. My sister, my parents, Ryan, everybody's there. And I keep talking about the scotch because I'm in this phase. Cheryl goes, "Oh, Ryan, I have this $150, $200 whatever bottle of scotch. Let me open it up for you." And I'm like, "No way! Like, I do not want to open up that $200 bottle, like whatever it was." Ryan, do you remember how much it was?
It was like $150. It was really expensive. I don't remember the brand, but it was up there.
Yeah, so she pours me a glass. I'm the happiest camper in the world right now. I've never tried scotch. I'm thinking I'm going to be the biggest and the baddest. And all of a sudden, I take one sip of this thing. And as a high schooler, you could imagine what my face looks like, right? For you video viewers, it's... Oh!
Look like somebody just pooped in your weedies.
And literally, like 2 months of scotch, being a scotch person, down the drain with one sip. And that's pretty much my story. And it's kind of hilariously stupid.
Sad. What a waste.
It is a waste. And a brand new bottle just opened up just for me to try maybe a half a glass and spit it out. And who knows what happened to that bottle?
I think it got poured down the drain. Wow. When somebody moved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So, Andy, didn't mean to interrupt.
Yes,
Are you done talking about yourself?
I think so. I'm not quite sure if I can really elaborate on the rest of what I said because I pretty much threw it all out there. So, otherwise,
The octagon.
the octagon. No,
You just threw it all out there, huh?
That's it. That's what you got to do. I guess really, I've lived in Arizona my entire life. I have two children. Two small humans live here, and they're girls. And that's pretty much it. Maybe one day I'll tell you the story. My house and myself, I was on Unsolved Mysteries. So I'll tell you a story about that one day.
What?
Yeah.
I don't even know this, and I've known you for...
Tune in next time.
Tune in next
years.
time. Teaser.
Wow, that's hilarious. All right, Ryan, tell the audience, who are you?
All right.
What are you
All right,
about?
my name's
We don't know
my
anything
name's Ryan
about
Cole. I like long walks on the beach. As long as by walks, I mean I'm laying still, and by the beach, I mean the beach, but people are bringing me drinks because it's an all-inclusive resort.
The beach.
So, yes, I've turned to that person that just wants to sit around and not do much when I'm on vacation. Just love, I don't like getting in the water. I know that I'm dropping on the food chain as soon as I get in the water. Yes.
Okay.
It's fun to play in the
Interesting.
waves, but like, Ryan, when we go to like San Diego for an OTL tournament or something like that, like,
Yeah, you're planted.
I'm it's freaking me out when I'm in the water. I'm having fun, but the whole entire time I'm like, am I okay with coming out of this missing a leg? So, if that leads into anything about me, yes, I am more than 50% of the time a pessimist. But that becomes because I'm an IT person where I'm paid to make sure I find the problems with everything and fix them before they are master problems. So, I tend to look at the glasses half empty a lot of times, which isn't the most fun thing, especially during COVID, you know? Get stuck inside, all you want to look at is, you know, weird facts like, hey, I haven't washed this window forever. You know, it's just odd. Anyway, I'm rambling. Other things about me, really love cars. So here in Arizona, there's a thing every single year called Barrett-Jackson Auto Auction, where they got a bunch of classic cars for sale. And it's not, if anybody's been to an auction, you know, they understand it's kind of a thing to go to, and it could be fun. This one that's here every single January is like a full-on event, and there's all these different things going on, to little concerts to, you know, crazy things with cars, you know, obviously because it's an auction, you know, but all these different vendors and stuff. So it's a blast, and that's probably one of the most fun things I get to do every single year because I pretty much take the week off and I'm over there the whole entire time with my dad. So.
And I just want to add to that too. I like cars, and I went to Barrett-Jackson once. Maybe twice for like a day. And here's how much Ryan loves cars. This is a week-long event. Ryan is there every day right after work from maybe 3, maybe 5 o'clock, whenever he gets off work, and he doesn't get home until like 9:30, 10, if that.
That's still an early night.
That's every single week. So for you people listening, this guy loves cars. Yep. I would enjoy going back to, you know, see it again. But Ryan goes every year. So
every year,
toots to you.
Day.
You do really love cars.
Yeah, we get bidder passes every year, not because we're balling, but because you get a whole bunch of free drinks and get into special areas and stuff. So a lot of fun. I have a small human at my house as well. He is only 18 months old, so I'm still a new father. Kid is a blast, but man, is it tiresome. I like
humans.
Like when talked about having kids, we planned this, you know, it was a great thing. I'm not, you know, upset about having a kid or anything else. Just I was highballing the estimates on how much it would take, and I was way off. I thought I was way overestimating it, and he's still a pretty easy kid. I think I had a harder time with it than my wife did, because for those people that have had kids, they know this. As soon as you have a kid, your whole life changes. Not just because, hey, there's a small human that you have to take care of, but also because that's what you're doing 99.9% of the time. So you kind of lose yourself. So you have to kind of figure out who you are. Still in the middle of that. That's why one of the reasons why we decided to jump on and talk these guys into doing some crazy podcasting. Ryan. So you're the last one to go. Besides the fact that you thought you were a Scotch man, and you find out you're more of a gin and tonic. What?
Boo, vodka,
Okay,
Tito's.
vodka Tito's, all right. Yeah, like if you would have went with gin and tonic,
Tito's
I would
only.
have been like, why do you like watered down pine water? It's just odd. So
I like gin and tonic. Nothing wrong with that.
So again, my name's Ryan Teeter. Follow me on Instagram, Teeter Time. Check us out on Twitch. Well, Slightly Average Guys, we do that Twitch thing. Snapchat, all that good stuff. I am the youngest of the group, not by much, but that's me. So I got to throw my Instagram, social media stuff out
Hang
there.
on, we're gonna butt in here just for a second because I don't even know if Ryan knows this, but it was Andy's 40th birthday here 2 days ago.
What? That's right.
Yep. Or no, it was yesterday.
Right.
It was yesterday.
What?
Yesterday.
Dude, that's
right.
the first time I knew of your age.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, happy belated birthday.
Thanks.
What did you do for your birthday, real quick?
Not a whole lot. We went day drinking and
put new tennis balls on the walker.
That was pretty much it. I asked my wife, who's a nurse. I said, I think for my 40th birthday, since I'm old now, I want a shower chair, and then I want a young nurse to come and take care of me at the house. And that you can imagine how well that went.
Well, if she would have been on her
That's
toes,
hilarious.
and she should have been with you, married to her, should have been like, okay, cool, yeah, totally down for that. Because you didn't say a young female, because she could have just had, some
That's true.
18-year-old dude show up and take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying, while you guys were doing your little get to know me type speeches, I was trying to think of one, and this tells you like right off the bat, this shit is not scripted at all.
What? No,
I
with our
couldn't
just
think of
rambling,
anything.
I would have never guessed that.
I really couldn't think of much. So anyways, just straight up, Ryan Teeter, I'm 29 years old, just turned 29 in June. I do not have little ones running around, except I have little four-legged ones running around. So I have a dog. His name is Camo. I have a cat, which I adopted from the streets of real life,
Chips.
not
A
just
hood cat.
Yeah,
This
hood
cat
cat.
is a hood
He
cat.
He has cauliflower ear.
He was
The
previously
dog
a
is scared of
boxer,
him.
Wow.
Yeah, he's jacked up.
He's thug.
Mhm.
He is thug. We named him Chibs off of Sons of Anarchy because Chibs in Sons of Anarchy is all scarred up, beat up, knife scars across his face and stuff. And that was the time we were watching Sons, so it was almost perfect. But I do have a girlfriend. We're in a tiny little apartment here and in Phoenix, and loving life. I work in the solar industry, which I think that's kind of noteworthy to point out because honestly, whenever people ask me, what do you do? I tell them I'm in solar, and then they just start asking me questions. And most of the time, I'm just like, I don't really want to talk about this, but I'll try to be nice and answer some of your questions. So it's kind of noteworthy because it's unique. It's a growing industry. It's been around for a long time, and people know about it, but people really don't know about it type deal. So it's one of those. Love the outdoors. Corey and I camp all the time. Bring the dog along. We go to national parks galore. And right now I'm really enjoying mountain biking. So that's me, Ryan Teeter. Hit me up.
I kind of feel like me and Andy did the Cliff Notes older person, and you kind of did the like, hey, I'm in a dating app. I kind of want to give you.
This is my Tinder profile.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's funny. No, that's just me in general. I got a bubbly personality.
Yeah, I feel like it's also where we're at in life.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
true.
a perfect example
true.
of how each explanation just went.
Absolutely.
All right. So now that everybody has a little bit knows us, who we are, what Ryan's social security number is, whether he's susceptible to any diseases, and the fact that he doesn't like broccoli. Let's move on. Okay. Let's go on to the next topic here. Let's start out with just something. Each time, each week, we've been kind of talking about something just general. Kind of due to our normal lives. Let's just talk about lunches. Okay, let's talk about what we're eating right now for a second, because I have not been working out in the slightest since this whole COVID thing hit. P.S. Not even before the COVID thing hit. But the fact is that I have lost like 13 pounds from the.
No way.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I stepped on the scale the other day. I was like, man, I'm looking
dope.
looking good. No, I'm not.
Dope.
But I just stepped on the scale, lost 13 pounds since March. Okay. And no, not gonna do it, Ryan. Not gonna dab. Mostly because I'll smack the microphone. Okay, so I forgot where I was even going with that. So haven't been eating that much out. That's what I'm trying to get at. I used to go to Taco Bell, where a whole bunch of fast food places for lunch. Andy knows this because it was like anything we could do to get out of that building. Now it's like, hey, what do I got in the fridge? I hate leftovers, but we're eating leftovers. I'm doing a lot of.
You're eating leftovers?
I know. Like,
I'm proud of you, dude.
Something everybody needs to know.
I'm proud of you.
Like me, my father, my father's father, my grandfather's father, and George Washington all hate leftovers.
Side note, little update on getting to know Ryan Teeter here. I used to live with Ryan Cole when I first moved out to Phoenix. I ate all their leftovers. But guess what? That shit didn't change because when I moved out, I just went over to their house and grabbed their leftovers.
until your
That's
parents
how much they didn't eat their leftovers.
Until your parents moved here, now you just go over there and eat all their leftovers.
I eat their leftovers now. I'm like that. I'm out of the college phase, but I'm still in that college phase. Give me your food, people.
You do your laundry over there too?
No, I wish.
Dude, laundry is a subject for another day. Okay, that's next week. We're going to talk about laundry because Ryan's got some odd laundry things, to talk about. So anyway, we'll leave that one. And yeah, I'm going to leave it on that much of a cliffhanger. But back to
you were talking about food or something.
So for me, haven't been going out eating a lot. Been watching, how much I'm really just eating at home for things. Lost 13 pounds. What are you guys eating right now? What you guys got? Andy?
Well, tonight for dinner we had rotisserie chicken from Fry's, which was lovely, by the way, with a nice side of canned corn and
scotch
dessert.
Okay. All right.
So.
All right. I didn't ask for your dinner menu. I asked, what do you normally eat for lunch? Just keep up with the conversation.
That's a great question. It's kind of whatever's in the refrigerator.
Okay. Which is still better than us going out to lunch every single damn day.
Yeah, it is. And, right now I've gone to this idea of like I'm boycotting DoorDash because it's so overly expensive that, I would order myself lunch from like Taco Bell and it'd be like $37. So I'll just figure out whatever I have in the refrigerator, or I'll go literally to Costco and I'll get a hot dog for $1.50 and a soda, or pizza for $10.
Yep. All right. Ryan, what do you got? You're the youngest. You're over there probably eating Kit Kats and Cheetos.
Yeah, no, not at all. Corey and I, we've been really. You should see our pantry. You should see our pants. You should see our pantry. We're really cutting down. We haven't got any mac and cheese anymore. We're not getting this processed stuff. We go to Costco and grab frozen fruits. I'm making tons of smoothies now. We're eating more vegetables. My snacks are carrots. As far as my lunch goes. It has basically been leftovers from dinner, but our dinners include just like chicken and rice, steak and broccoli. Really trying to keep it as best as possible, because we know, at least for us, like even though we just went to Olive Garden tonight.
The OG,
which was lovely.
Obviously, you got to have those time of nights, especially date nights with COVID going on and stuff like that. You got to have those date nights every once in a while, and that's what that half-assed thing was. Going to Olive Garden was more or less a date night. But yeah, we're just trying to eat healthier, so we're not doing many frozen pizzas anymore. That was a big thing. Mac and cheese, like I had mentioned, everything's just trying to be a little bit healthier for us.
That's good. Like I'm glad all of us are kind of in the same boat, watching what we're eating. From the standpoint of just not as like. Here's the argument that I normally always get. Like when I try to eat healthier, and I'm using quotation marks, like I got a salad with like iceberg lettuce, and normally a vegan or somebody in the crowd is like, hey, iceberg lettuce has no nutritional value. And I just like want to like look at him and slap him and be like, hey, this is better than the Big Mac that I was planning on eating. So,
Right.
Yeah, there's different levels of knocking down the types of food that you eat, right? If you're eating McDonald's and you go to like just a burger place instead, like that's probably, well, I don't actually know this for a fact, but it's probably a little bit better. But it's just like, and then you can make your own burger and then just have it without a bun, and that's a little bit better too. There's just different levels of that stuff.
Better than the worst thing that you could have had, you know? Better than what you normally would have. If you're watching it, it's all moderation. It's all just trying to be better. Yes, there's always something better than
Ryan, you mentioned my mom making peanut butter and jellies for me all throughout like elementary school, all throughout a little bit of my middle school as well. That is absolutely 100% of the fact. And what's funny is I used to do grape.
Okay.
Who does grape jelly? It's all strawberry now, which is actually...
Wait, you use strawberry with peanut butter?
But strawberry with peanut butter, yeah. Strawberry jelly, peanut butter, that's my peanut butter and jelly now.
No.
But where I was getting with this is I remember back in those lunch days of school and stuff like that. Do you guys remember? I think they're pizzas, right? Those little square pizzas. Do you guys remember those things? Are they even still a thing anymore?
First off, the fact that you don't remember them is a little, a sketch to me, because as soon as you started mentioning school lunches, and I'm talking like middle school, elementary school, I instantly thought of this. The rectangular sofa square pizza that rectangular square. That's funny. But the rectangular pizza that you used to get at elementary school was like the epitome of the shit. You were like, oh, that was the best thing when you walked in and ended up finding and seeing that. I don't know how, you don't remember it being the thing. Probably because your mom made you peanut butter and jellies, like you're saying. FYI, a weird quirk is also putting peanut butter on both pieces of bread. But, okay.
Gross. Also, my mom was very health oriented, and she read all kinds of books, and she was changing my diet when I was a kid from the books that she read. So she would always make my lunches because she knew, as a teacher back in the day, she's still a teacher, she knew what shit that kind of popped out in the school.
So Andy, do you remember the rectangular pizzas? Andy's an Arizona native, okay? Me and Ryan are from Indiana originally, so we're talking 2,000 miles difference. So square pizzas or rectangular pizzas, they were a thing out here, huh?
Oh yeah, from kindergarten through 5th grade, it was like that's what you looked forward to for lunch, and you tried to get as many as you could because they were just the best. It was the best.
Yeah, you used to try to trade people stuff for it. That and chocolate milk.
Oh yeah.
Do we have a picture of these pizzas?
Oh, I think I do. Yeah.
Okay, well, while you search for that, I think it's ridiculous that you guys don't put peanut butter on both pieces of bread for peanut butter and jelly. Like, I can't get over that. That's
okay.
No, it's one side.
First off,
it's peanut butter and jelly, and if you read from left to right, it's not peanut butter jelly, peanut butter.
No,
and that's a valid point there.
First off, the pizza's over Ryan's face right now, so for those video viewers, you can see it. Okay, for a connoisseur of peanut butter and jellies, it wasn't until I was like 33 years old. That I how old am I? I'm only 32. It wasn't until I was 31 years old that I'd ever even heard of somebody doing this thing. And my wife was like, "No, it makes it taste different." I was like, "It doesn't make it taste different to put peanut butter on both sides of the bread." Like, what? Okay. No. However, then her mom did mention something that actually, was like light bulb. She's like, "Oh no, I did that because the jelly would make the bread soggy. So by doing peanut butter on both sides, it keeps a barrier between what is actually moist." I'm like, okay, that's a valid point.
That's not a fair comment though, because I'm talking making a PBJ. That woman. You make a PBJ that you're going to eat right away.
Oh, yeah. If
you're going to save it for later, absolutely. Any experienced peanut butter and jelly maker will know to peanut butter both sides.
But hang on.
That's knowledge. That's science.
I didn't know it. I just learned it, recently. But okay. Let's talk about...
I'm going to give myself a hard
Let's talk about the amount of peanut butter you put on said sandwich. Andy, what are you? A thin layer that just coats the bread from crust to crust? Or are you like, hey, I'm going to glob that bitch on there,
Before I answer that, you have to designate chunky or creamy peanut butter first.
Creamy. As a kid, it used to be chunky.
Okay.
I'm okay with both.
Second,
actually, I'm okay with both.
How about you move yourself into frame of the camera so you quit lean. There you go. There you go. Just don't lean out of it. Okay. All right. So creamy.
Yep, creamy peanut butter. It has to be Jif though. Skippy's disgusting. There's a lot of bug parts in it. So allegedly, I've heard read. Anyway, yeah, I'm peanut butter all the way. Like there's no peanut butter shortage. There's no need to ration that allergies. Shit. No, we're going hard and we're going fast when it comes to my peanut butter.
Deep. You're definitely going nut deep in that sandwich.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, Ryan, where are you at in the whole peanut butter amount debate? Since you were pretty hardcore on only one side, and then you decided to flip flop to no, there is a case for both sides.
Yeah, it's like I said, any experienced peanut butter maker, peanut butter jelly maker, excuse me, will understand the reasons on why to do things differently every once in a while. And as you listen to these podcasts, you're gonna learn real quick. I'm a very opinionated person.
No.
Extremely. Okay, so I'm a very even type guy. I like to go for not light peanut butter, not heavy peanut butter, because I don't like going like this when I'm eating peanut butter. I just don't like doing that. So I'm medium on the peanut butter, and if I end up pouring a little bit of jelly on there, like too much jelly, that's okay. And it's like medium. That's what it is. Crunchy, smooth, creamy. I don't really care. I like switching up every once in a while. And sometimes I make peanut butter and jelly wraps too. Side note.
What?
I just blew your minds. You just put peanut butter on a wrap
on like a tortilla
and throw some jelly. Yeah, tortilla like a wrap. Yeah, you wrap it.
That's not the craziest thing I've heard. The other one was that somebody had told me this a couple months ago. I might have watched this on Motor Trend. Was a wrap.
Motor Trend about peanut butter.
It was
jellies?
A guy. They were all doing a work from home thing. So the guy was building an engine in his garage, and all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go get a sandwich." He comes back with a wrap, and it was peanut butter and Palmolive olives inside of the thing wrapped up, and that was the weirdest thing ever to me.
Yeah, I can't do olives, but see, it's normal. Guys on Motor Trend are doing it. It's legit.
Apparently, it's a big thing. It's trending. So.
And we were all in college once, right? Well, we were all in college, right? So sometimes you just got to go through your cabinets and figure out what you have.
Yeah.
And so I used to come up with all these type of contraptions because, one, I didn't want to go to the grocery store. Now it's summertime in Phoenix. I don't want to go to the grocery store even more because it's 115 degrees outside, and I got to carry the groceries up to the third floor. And 3, save that money.
So you're the person that would see a Twinkie wrapper on the floor and like pick it up and suck the cream out of it.
That's a little aggressive. But what I would do is I would make some crazy concoctions. I would put a hot dog in a taco shell. I would make an egg sandwich out of 2 taco shells. I would make a bean burrito burger, whatever you want to call it, burgers out of 2 taco shells. You make anything.
You would make an egg sandwich out of 2 taco shells. Explain that one to me, because I don't see how you get an egg with 2 taco shells.
Okay, I'm gonna start from the bottom. Follow me. Okay. All right. Taco shell.
First layer.
Corn, obviously. Yep. Corn tortilla, right?
Crunchy, soft, crunchy.
Soft.
Okay.
I'm not a already folded type guy, because it's brittle and they break on you. Even though corn is also very brittle as well, so you have to be careful when you're folding it. So corn tortilla, you got to cook the egg. Throw the cheese on there first, though. So cheese, and then as you throw the egg on it, it's melting the cheese, right? On the other side of the taco shell, you throw a little bit of mayonnaise, and that's really about it. It's just a little bit of mayonnaise. You don't want to overdo it with your egg sandwich, and then maybe a little salt and pepper on top of your egg, and then on top of that, boom, just sandwich it all together. You have yourself an egg sandwich.
So you had me until you got to mayonnaise, just because I'm not a huge mayonnaise person. If anybody wants to talk about food a little more, Ryan has an obsession with mayonnaise, and he's going to try to claim that he doesn't. But this is a guy that gets a Jimmy John sandwich with mayonnaise, and then he brings it home, and then literally goes and puts a whole nother tube squeeze of mayonnaise.
Listen,
on.
I've upgraded. I now ask for extra mayonnaise.
I just want to know who hurt you as a child for you to be this way. Okay,
It was all the years of his mom
normal.
making him be dairy-free, nut-free, sugar-free.
No. Okay, you're rebelling.
And that's a whole nother episode that we should probably get into, because we have stories about my life as a child, and it's amazing. It's amazing. It's hilarious. We all laugh about it to this day. Love you, Mom, but we've done some crazy stuff.
Andy has a creeper.
Sheltered. I don't watch movies. My mom to this day doesn't watch movies. It's all over the place.
She like, if it's not morbid news, it can't hold her attention. I think she has ADD or ADHD, as an adult, unless it's morbid news. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a story for another time about how they beat them to death with their own shoes because they didn't have Skittles.
Apparently, like you have been hurt. We need to get large enough to bring Dr. Phil or Dr. Drew or somebody to get to the bottom of why you want to ruin classic food. Why must you take out your pain on innocent sandwiches?
I'm still reeling over the strawberry and peanut butter.
I could see, a strawberry I don't see, but I could see how, the way I do things is a little bit weird.
Well, aren't we all?
I won't.
Which disagree. Is the genesis of this podcast, about how we're just three average dudes. Some of us above average in certain categories. Some of us, below average in the same categories.
Yeah, he's got a penis named the Octagon. Dude. That's a little bit above average.
Yeah, that's aggressively above average.
I mean,
so hey, if you want to find out more, call his wife. On a second note, appreciate everybody watching, and listening. Please subscribe. We are now on Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast. iHeartRadio is about to approve us being on that platform. So pretty much anywhere that you can find it. If you got any friends, please share it with them. Maybe they'll like it. If you got any topics that you guys want to talk about, you can tell we just kind of bullshit and go through what the process of our day-to-day lives are and what we kind of want to talk about. If you got something you want to talk about, email Ryan at slightlyaverageguys.com, and we'll be glad to get in touch with you or use your topic on the show.
Follow us on Instagram, slightlyaverageguys.com.
Do we know who follows us on? Can we shout out to the people, the person? Or
there are a few followers.
I don't know if it makes sense for us to shout out to each other.
I know one. Shout out to Mackenzie Storley, baby. Thanks for following.
Yeah. So appreciate that. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll be back again next week with another episode. Maybe we'll have a guest. Maybe not. Might step it up. Might switch it up.
Maybe we'll have a guest.
You never know.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. It might.
We're not quite sure who that will be, but we might do it.
We've had a few people, interested, but they also have to have the equipment to do it. It might be just mine or Ryan's cat that wants to hang out in the background, or some random feet. You never know.
You will see my cat in this podcast 100%.
No matter what, we appreciate it. Talk to everybody next week.